right across the area near the intersection of 58 and 307. We have a possible tornado moving into the area right now. Brian, you got
I was just going to say, as long as you're in that area, why don't you pan down and check those storms in western Tennessee, because they're really looking strong. I've been monitoring Memphis. They haven't put out any warnings, but looks like the Union City area.
Yeah, we've been looking at that Union City. I'll take a look and we'll see. We've been monitoring Union City pretty closely, and we've got numerous storms that are developing along there. There's Woodland Mills, a few years ago, got hit by a big tornado, and this is the storm that Brian is talking about that is moving across Highway 3, headed into Union City. And it's not very tight, at least from the Paducah radar site, but we are seeing some rotation, and it's a little tighter near the Troy area, and I think we're in a position where I may be able to get it, see what it looks like on the Memphis site, if I can back things out. So again, we've got numerous storms that we're going to be tracking for a while, but we've got a little bit of rotation that is forming and headed towards the Union City area that we'll be watching very closely, and I want to see what it looks like from the Memphis radar as well. We'll see if things can switch over. It's in that haze.
Yeah, I know we have quite a few viewers down there, and I just wanted to give you a heads up.
Good shout out. Yeah, for Union City. I know there's a lot of folks that have their kids that go to UT Martin that watch this, and also Murray, Kentucky. This is the activity that's headed towards Murray. But right now we've got 2 tornado warnings. We've got one that is moving into Graves County with this storm right here.
I do have a new track on that if we want to give. We haven't tracked that one yet, so we may want to.
Yeah, go ahead and go to Wibbs for me, please. Thanks.
Yeah, give everyone a heads up. This is actually an area we haven't seen any storms yet, so not the same communities popping up. So I do want to give you that first alert. We are tracking a possible tornado. You are under a tornado warning now in eastern Hickory County. This will be pushing into Graves County shortly, and this will be into the Mayfield area at about 11:31. You will likely get rain in Mayfield before this storm pushes in, as this line all kind of continues to track off to the north and east. But the rotation right now is what I'm tracking. So Mayfield 11:31, Sensonia 11:45. Then it'll be moving into the Ledbetter area at about 11:54. New Liberty. 12 o'clock, and we'll keep going here, 12:11, if we're still seeing that rotation. This will be moving into the Catawba area. So this is a new tornado warning in an area that's super moist. We've been telling you that we've been a little worried about this line because nothing has happened out ahead of it. So
points in the mid-60s at Murray right now.
Yeah, Brian's saying dew points in the mid-60s in Murray right now. What that means is it's ready. It's ready when this energy comes.
Basically, think about it. Think about a fire. And you get a fire going, and if you pour gasoline on a fire, what happens? It grows very rapidly. Well, that 65 dew point is fuel for the fire, and that's what we're seeing right here. Now, the tornado that was moving through the eastern Hardin County looks as though it has now exited our area, or exiting the Ohio River right now, headed towards Sturgis. Again, we had what appeared to be a tornado on radar near Cave and Rock, but it looks a little less suspicious, and it still looks very, very powerful, though. But again, the worst part of that storm is now out of our area. So let's focus on the storms that are causing us significant concern right now, and that is the storms near Graves County. We also got to watch these storms as well that are moving through moving into eastern Livingston County. That storm looks a little suspect. I want to zoom in on it real quick before I head down to the tornado warning storm, because this is right kind of on that boundary where we've seen a lot of spin-ups. This is to the south and west of Salem, and we're going to scope this storm. We may be seeing another storm that tries to produce a quick spin-up tornado. So far, it is behaving on velocity, but we'll have to keep an eye on that. So, Brian, just kind of help me monitor that storm also near the Salem area on...
I haven't seen anything new on chat about any of those storms right now.
But again, all these storms are in a very favorable environment to produce severe weather. Now, the tornado warning that we're dealing with right now for Graves County, here we go. This is the storm moving across. It's now moved north of Highway 58. This is the storm right here. Wow, last time we checked it, it was right here crossing Highway 58. Just racing off to the northeast. So let's zoom in. This is headed to the south side of Fancy Farm, and the actual circulation is going to go right between Fancy Farm and Mayfield, Kentucky, right along Highway 80. So we've got Highway 80 probably in about 5 minutes. Highway 339, you got less than a minute. Get to your basement, put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. Again, this is Highway 339 in Graves County. If you don't have that basement, you want to get into your center interior room on the lowest level of your house. Again, Highway 80 west of Mayfield and between Fancy Farm and Mayfield. This circulation is going to be moving over your area in about 5 to 10 minutes. Highway 440 northwest of Mayfield. You got about 15 minutes until the circulation gets to you. Again, these have rapidly produced tornadoes throughout the day today based on the environment that we have across the heartland right now. So we'll take a look at the spin, and there it is. We still see it. It's moving right towards, you see the wind moving towards the radar and away from the radar right here, and that's headed right now towards Highway 339 as we speak. There's that possible tornado that is moving into Graves County, Kentucky. We're going to back things up just a bit. I want to take another look at it with the scope. And we're going to. I also want to look at the storm that's coming into, or just the east side of Clinton, because there's a new storm that is developing as well. So there's our possible tornado right there. Go ahead, Brian.
Oh, I was just going to mention that Memphis is watching that storm over Obion County that we were looking at. Probably the ones from Troy to Union City, saying there's broad rotation right now, but they're keeping a close eye on those storms as well.
Yeah, they're gonna be keeping an eye on that. They may be getting a warning out for that shortly. You can see, what was that right there? That's looking more like the. There's no reflectivity there, but that's kind of piques your interest. But again, we've got a circulation that is headed right towards. It was highway. I got to zoom back in so I can get the highway names. Let me take a quick look at this storm east of Clinton real fast. A little weak rotation with that, but nothing near as strong as this tornado warning storm right now. So let's zoom back into this area of rotation that is moving into Graves County, Kentucky. Highway 80, that's where this is moving. Again, we said you had about a minute ago, Highway 339. It's over you right now. This is where that circulation is. And you got about 5 minutes or 4 minutes now for Highway 80. Again, this is between Fancy Farm and Mayfield, Kentucky, in Graves County. North of Mayfield, Kentucky, along Highway 121. You've got about 10 minutes till this circulation gets to your area. Areas close to Highway 45, you are not in this warning, and this storm will stay north of Highway 45. So that is for you. If you live along the Highway 45 area, that will be a good for you right now. But there's other storms that we are watching that are headed your way later in the day. We've got another storm that is developing. Again, this does not officially have a warning out on you, even though you are in the tornado warning. This is the tornado warning is for the storm we were showing you up near Highway 80, but Highway 58 just had a circulation cross it a little while ago, and we are seeing a new weak circulation that's trying to develop right here, south of Highway 58 and west of 307. So we'll have to monitor that as well. So let's back things out, get everybody caught up to date. There's an awful lot of folks that are watching us right now wondering why we're on the air, because it's beautiful, it's sunny, it's windy. You're fine. Southeast Missouri, the storms are over for you. Just going to be very strong gusty winds the rest of the day and lots of sunshine. For most of southern Illinois, the storms are over. I know we see parts of southeastern Illinois will get some scattered storms, but the severe weather threat is rapidly ending in your area. But for western Kentucky and northwestern Tennessee, the severe weather threat is with you right now and will be with you for a while. Our storm that caused the tornado warning for Livingston County, that storm we were tracking for so long, it blew up right over Paducah, where we showed you the video of it, of our camera guy that was letting us know that was a pretty strong storm. Here it is. It's well out of our area, but I do think that that's probably going to end up causing some unfortunate events as it heads towards Evansville, Indiana. So our concern right now, yes, what you got, Brian?
The storm in Livingston near Salem, I've been keeping a close eye on it. We haven't had any circulation down at the surface yet, but lots of mid-level rotation.
Yeah.
So we've had that trend all day that those that are showing us the mid-level circulation do indeed continue to move off to the north and east, and we get them to be tornado warned. So this one is right south of Salem right now. It's going to cross 60 and kind of hug 60 for a while as it continues to move towards Marion, Kentucky. So you are not under a warning right now. If I were you, though, just because of what we've seen time and time again in this area, I would go ahead and move to the lowest level of your home. Right now, if you are in this area I'm circling from, just south of Salem towards the Marion area, because we are seeing some rotation with that storm as well.
What's it look like from Evansville for the rotation?
Zoom out here and put the velocity on.
Because we did see strong, oh yeah, wow, that is a tight mid-level circulation. So this has been the trend. We get this mid-level tight circulation, and then it kind of develops down towards the surface. So good eye, Wibbs. Thanks for watching that for me. And we're tracking a storm in Graves County right now with a tornado warning. That storm headed towards Salem, we're watching closely. It's got that hook shape. And there's another storm that's developing just behind that that has what appears to be an intense core that is developing. I want to zoom in on this right here. This looks to be looks like the depth of the storm is getting taller. That's near New Liberty. But this is what she's talking about near Salem. And I think, what is that, is that Highway 60 that goes between Salem and Marion?
Yes.
Make sure before
It is.
Okay. Yeah, if you're along Highway 60, just be on the safe side, like Wibbs said. If it's my family, I'm calling them right now. I'm telling them to get in the basement because of what's happened today. There is no official tornado warning out on it, but there are signs that rotation is trying to develop. There's very strong signs of rotation in the mid-levels of the atmosphere with this storm that is headed into Salem right now. So let's go back to check the storm that is moving through Graves County as we speak, and see how the rotation is looking with it. Again, it's in a favorable environment for severe weather, and but the good thing is it's just a big cluster of storms. One of these will likely become the stronger storm out of these four clusters that we've seen. Right now, this is the one that has the tornado warning out on it. And again, it is now, that circulation is crossing Highway 440. Again, this is northwest of the Murray, Kentucky area as we speak. We're tracking that possibility of a tornado crossing Highway 440 in northern Graves County right now. It doesn't look as strong as it did when it was crossing Highway 58 and Highway 339, but that's the storm that we have the tornado warning out on. I want to take a closer look at this storm because it is getting much stronger to the east of Clinton. Let's see if we have any lightning in this, if it's starting to get any lightning display. No lightning. A lot of these tornado warning storms have not had lightning because of how shallow the storms are. All the wind energy is in the lowest levels of the atmosphere. Usually you think of tornadoes, you think of lots of thunder and lightning and hail. We did have that one storm that really got strong, but many of these are just basically intense rain showers that are causing tornadoes to spin up. And as we look in here, a little weak rotation as I scope that, but we're not seeing any strong rotation right now with that storm. I want to back things up and take a look at Union City as well. We've got that storm that's moving into northwestern Tennessee as we speak. And it has been showing signs. I know Brian was telling me that Memphis was watching it closely as well. And this is about to move towards the city of Fulton. And this is not in competition with any other storm. It's being able to feed in all that warm, moist air. So we're going to scope this as well to see if we have any developing circulations in the Union City right now. It's very broad. It's just basically winds coming together along that line. So I don't see what appears to be a tornado with that storm, at least at the surface. So right now our only tornado warning is out for Graves County in our area. Well, we do have Hardin County out as well, but again, that storm is well off to the east. That's that big storm that we think that's going to maybe be the storm of the day. That could be a long-track supercell that developed just to the west of Paducah. This was 3 storms after the storm that hit Paducah, which is now near Bloomington, Indiana. That's how fast these are going. These are racing off to the north and east. Any other information from the Weather Service or any reports from
I haven't
Laura
seen
O'Brien?
in our area. We keep getting reports of possible tornadoes up closer to Evansville, Indiana, in that area. These storms, I guess, once they get northeast of here, are even getting stronger. But as far as the heartlands, no.
Yeah,
Just an update to that Salem one, too, if we have anybody watching from there. It's not quite as tight as it was, which is a good sign. It's now north and east of Salem, kind of riding right along 60. So you're not under a warning. So if you have a weather radio or you're trying to look for alerts thinking what's going on, yeah, you're not under a warning. We just wanted to keep you updated with that storm. It is not looking quite as tight, but there's still some circulation there. So that's still something we're going to watch